If you are feeling completely exhausted today, and the road ahead feels physically impossible to navigate, listen closely. Life is difficult, and for you, the obstacles are deliberate. You lack shortcuts, you have no financial safety net, and there is no influential network waiting to catch you if you fall. In this vacuum, the natural instinct is to look outward, hoping a friend, a miracle, or a sudden stroke of luck will provide a rescue. No one is coming to save you. Accepting that cold reality unlocks the only competitive advantage you have left. Most people in your position reach for motivation. It's the standard solution. Watch a high-energy video, get hyped, and expect the surge to carry you through the struggle. This chart shows the physiological reality of that choice. That spike is a dopamine rush. Notice what happens the moment the work hits real resistance. The chemical high evaporates, and the drive crashes back to zero. Relying on an emotional spike is why talented people quit the moment the work becomes boring or painful. They are running on a fuel source that cannot survive a long-term climb. To survive, you must abandon this volatile fuel. You need an engine that operates independently of how you feel. The emotional pain you are currently experiencing is a biological signal. Humans naturally conserve energy. This action line stays flat until the pain level crosses this vertical marker, where the discomfort of staying the same exceeds the effort of moving. Once breached, the brain forces adaptation. Change becomes a necessity. The intense agony you feel right now acts as the specific energy source required to push past that flat line. Avoiding discomfort keeps you average. Weaponizing that pain forces a structural change in how you operate. Crossing that threshold usually triggers an immediate social reaction: isolation. The people around you might start with subtle mockery and move to total avoidance. This happens because the herd finds safety in norms. When you deviate from those norms to work on yourself, you highlight their own stagnation. This loneliness is a strategic asset. You are stripped of the need to perform for others or protect a reputation. A person with nothing left to lose and no crowd to please becomes entirely unpredictable. Without the fear of social judgment, you become a threat to the status quo. Discipline is the permanent alternative to the motivation trap. Discipline is the execution of micro-actions, regardless of your emotional state. It requires doing the task even when you feel like you have nothing left to give. These micro-actions have a mathematical advantage. While the inspired wait, these tiny steps compound. Wake up and execute the task, even when progress is invisible. The waiting line never leaves the ground, while the disciplined path scales infinitely upward. Over time, an unmotivated but disciplined average person will outproduce an inconsistent genius. Consistency is the exact mechanism that gradually transforms an entirely unsupported underdog into a force that cannot be stopped. For those starting without external advantages, the final separator is a matter of sustained momentum. Most people treat the signal of exhaustion as a command to stop. They let their internal state dictate their external progress. High performers decouple the feeling of exhaustion from the physical act of moving. They recognize the fatigue but continue the step regardless. Eventually, the same people who ridiculed you will ask for the secret to your results. The answer, "I didn't stop," reveals that brute force endurance was the only variable that truly mattered. Direct. Accept the exhaustion and the failures. Just reject the option to quit. Today's pain provides the necessary framework for tomorrow's strength. Keep moving. The game only begins at the moment everyone else abandons the field.